Okay, this is now the DEM lecture number 10, and I am today talking on the leakage flux, symmetric and asymmetric distributions, the leakage reactance of cylindrical coordinate concentric coils having equal length. The winding which we have done on the 100 kVA transformer is the cylindrical concentric coils over there, and that is having an equal length. What is unequal, equal, we will talk that one also. I will show you by diagram. And then the assignment part, which is actually I have fixed it, the fourth part, and some portion of the third one also. Because why third? जो आज जो करके लाया वो तो मुझे आप एंगल्स वाली ठीक है 0.3 ठीक है ये चौथी ठीक है लेट्स टेक इट फोर्थ। एक्चुअली में 2 और 3 एक ही हैं, लेकिन मसला ये है कि आपने मुझे वो अलग सबमिट करवाई है और ये वाली आप अलग सबमिट करा रहे हो। तो अब ये जो आप लोगों के पास है इसको कंप्लीट करके अब आप मुझे सबमिट कराओ विद Z 4%।
फिर इसी को एडिट करेंगे
जी इसी के आगे एडिट करना है। ये जो काम किया हुआ ये लिखा होना चाहिए अंदर, ये नहीं करना कि इसको फाड़ के फेंक दिया बीच में से। यू हैव टू ऐड इट।
4.1 आ गई तब भी नहीं
एक्सेप्टेबल। 4.01 आ जाए, 02 आ जाए, 03 आ जाए, चलो वो फिर भी एक्सेप्टेबल है। 4.1 एक्सेप्टेबल है।
रिश्वत की ऑप्शन है वहाँ पर, जब यार वो ट्रांसफार्मर फैब्रिकेट होगा
हाँ तो वो फिर आगे वो लेस्को वालों से बात कर लेना, वो आपका ट्रांसफार्मर एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं। देन आई हैव नो ऑप्शंस ऑन दैट वन। अच्छा जी, बिफोर आई गो ऑन लीकेज फ्लक्स जी, व्हाट इज, हाँ जी बिल्कुल यस कमिंग, व्हाट इज लीकेज फ्लक्स? एनीवन कैन टेल मी?
which does not contribute over to the yoke and does not passes through the yoke and the limb.
The one which does not pass through the yoke or the central limb or the shell transformer limb over there. I am talking about the core transformer mostly over here. So I am actually talking about the leakage flux and how that leakage flux. Now why I am more interested in leakage flux, because before I go on towards the leakage flux or the leakage reactance over here, which is actually the importance over here, today we have to first of all start from L. Now what is L over there जी, कोई मुझे बताएगा simple words में? You are engineers, you don't have to give me an answer. It's inductance with the units of Henrys. You don't even have to answer me कि L is the opposing force for the current change inside an inductor over there. What is L? Just simple one answer.
मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की फॉर्म में एनर्जी स्टोर करते हैं, उसका पैरामीटर
ये उसके characteristics हैं. What is L? जी anyone? No. What is resistance practically first? This is Ohm's law.
Opposition to the flow of magnetic.
R is equal to V by I. R is the opposition to the current flow when a voltage is applied. So define the same in terms of L.
Opposite to the flow of magnetic field.
करंट फ्लो
Flow of magnetic field.
नहीं
ऑपोजिट टू द
magnetic
फ्लो
flux.
करंट व्हेन फ्लक्स को
No. ध्यान से देखो, if I am applying some current, I am getting some flux phi, which is certainly a factor of current I. What this expression is telling me? If any material has more inductance, what does this mean?
phi for the same currents are there.
Less current? What does less current mean? Connect the dots.
फिर pH का ऊपर less
I want a simple word over here. देखो, whenever you are talking about Ohm's law, आप क्या करते हो? In Ohm's law, over here you are increasing V. In fact, let me have V on this side and I on this side over here. So you have a straight line with the constant slope. That is R is the slope of this line over there, V by I over here. And if you have a similar curve over here for inductance, and for that inductance you have I over here, flux phi over here. You have a straight line over there. If this line is having a more slope over there, what this means? G. The matter. So what does this mean? The material is?
good in magnetic properties.
The material has better domains and it's a better ferromagnetic material. With that's why its inductance is more. Okay? So if you are actually talking about a ferromagnetic material, you are actually looking for that material which is going to have a better BH curve. Now since you are talking over here, if I draw a BH curve over here in front of you, let me just draw one BH curve. And let me just zoom in on this one. If I have a BH curve over here, let me do this one. I have this BH curve saturating like this, and I have another BH curve over here which is going to like this. Which one is better? I'm just talking about the first quadrant.
उसका हम current require.
Certainly, because here on this side I have over here your H and here you have B. And how you are H calculating? HI by LC, and you have flux phi divided by area. Now in this equation your area A is constant because you are working on a simple measure. LC and N are also constant. So you have I over here and you have flux phi over here. So practically this is the curve over here which we have also called as magnetization curve if you remember in your machines course over there. So this material over here is better because here if you are going to work it at this point, you only require this much of current over there. But if you require the same value of current in this blue color material, you require this value of current which is certainly higher. So what is the ideal BH curve? वो कैसी होगी?
सर ऐसे स्क्वायर होगी सर ये, इस तरह
जी.
horizontal होगी.
Ideal BH curve.
Linear ही होगी.
Ideal BH curve is going to be a straight line like this and it goes up over there, and when it goes in the second negative runs over there, then you have it over there and then it goes like this. Okay? But practically this is not possible because this is never possible that you just give a very small value of current and you get the maximum B out of that. So now if we have just decided on this one that L inductance is equal to flux phi divided by I, and it's a property of the material, just like the resistance is a property of the material, flux over here produced inside a material is dependent upon the material property. Now if that material is air, then certainly air is having a very small permeability over here, that is mu naught over there, and you have over here flux phi by I. Now when I'm talking about L over there, we also talk about this is the same thing I have just told over there. If you have a material yellow over here, you can see it's having a constant slope, but if you have a material over here that is having a BH curve over here, so you have something slope over here. So up till this point, that is the knee point, you have done this one in your PSP also. So after this one, the saturation is occurring. So you are always going to design it. If you are designing a machine over there, you're always going to design up till this cross point over there, the knee point, unless and until you are designing some CT or something for your power system protection, then you may go in your saturation region for some strict purposes. This is the same thing over there, H and B, the same thing, H is equal to Ni by LC and B is equal to flux phi by A.
डिजाइन करने का मतलब ये होता है कि हम मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल चेंज कर सकते हैं जिसकी
Of course, material. You buy a motor from maybe some second rated manufacturer Gujranwala, उसकी मोटर का साइज इतना बड़ा होगा because the material it's using is not having that much high B. Now if you use some better material from maybe KSP pumps or some good manufacturer, that material motor size is going to be small because it's going to have a larger B over there. So the material is going to be the decisive thing over there.
एग्जांपल लेते हैं कि हम एक बी डिसाइड कर लेते हैं कि मुझे इस बी का मुझे मटेरियल चाहिए. लेट्स सपोज कि हमारे पास वो मटेरियल नहीं अवेलेबल, तो क्या वो मटेरियल प्रिपेयर किया जा सकता है?
Again, this is going to be just like transformer. You have CRGO steel, which is cold rolled grain oriented silicon steel. You have to, I told you at that time that you have to actually give silicon embedded in a direction of the flux. So if you have a steel sheet, आप उसके ऊपर silicon को आप in of course in boiled form आप डालेंगे उसके ऊपर और उसको roll करेंगे. That's why it is called as cold rolled grain oriented steel. But still the process of making the steel sheets is very expensive, and only in Pakistan I guess I have heard about the CRGO steel being used by 2 or 3 manufacturers up till now. That is Pell, Transco Power and Siemens was using at that time. Nowadays Siemens is also not having it. ABB was dealing in transformers, but they are not making them over here. They actually used to build it from and import it back over here in Pakistan. ABB is more into relays and switchgear scheme. They are more into relays and switchgear scheme. Siemens का भी power distribution transformers का एक पूरा वो था, but they have closed that. They have winded up. Siemens is now being operated over here just for the relays. Siemens ki relays, they are much wonderful as compared to any other companies up till now. But yes, of course, they are expensive over there. Okay, so now if you have like what this is telling you, if you have now n number of turns as shown in this diagram, So what this means over there, your L is equal to N phi by I. Previously, what I was telling you, that L was just equal to flux phi by I over there. Now you have the same current I linking over here by N turns over there. Here in this case, this is 500 turns. So 500 multiplied by the flux shown over here, this is in Webers, and you have the current I, that is 10 amperes flowing over there. So you can find out the L over there. Now same thing over there, if you know your L is equal to N phi by I, this N phi is also called as, let me write it down, this N phi is also called as the flux linkage of your circuit, and this is used by this symbol psi flux, psi symbol, psi, written as psi but pronounced as psi, ps silent. So this is the flux linkage of it. Now you all know, according, if you remember your machines course over there, and we have talked a lot on this one, that your flux phi was equal to magnetomotive force, that was Ni divided by the reluctance of your over here. Now this means that L is equal to N square by reluctance. This is the very same formula you normally use for your inductance designing over there. You know your number of turns, you know your reluctance of the core, you can find out the inductance of your inductor, whatever you are designing. And another way of doing this one is this, that since flux phi is equal to B dot A, I just shown over here two different methods arriving at the same answer. This is flux phi equal to B dot A. Here B is equal to mu naught H. We already know if it's air core inductor. Certainly if it is not air core inductor, then there will be mu naught mu RH. But over here I am talking about an air core. So this is going to be mu naught Ni divided by LC. So H has been replaced over here by, so this is H is equal to Ni divided by LC over here. So this H is put in over here. So I have mu naught Ni divided by LC. And if I put this value now of this B over here and this flux into this equation, I now have this flux phi over here equal to this form, and my L is equal to this form. And if you are going to add the material with having some instead of air, then this will be mu R N square A over LC. So this is your inductance equation. Now question over here, why I'm doing this one, I'm just repeating this all so that you have an idea how inductance is calculated. For inductance calculation, you require over here flux linkages to be calculated divided by the current I, which are producing that flux linkages. Now coming on to the transformer, we have done a core transformer up till now, and the flux that was flowing inside the core is the useful flux. I am not interested in this flux over there. That is already going on, it will flow on. If there is some air gap in between the core or whatever, that's a totally different thing over there. That for that we have already taken that 10%, 20% or increase over there. But the flux which is not flowing through this one, but it starts its path over here and completes it through this channel, or the flux path which completes its channel through over this one. This flux over here in this region which is passing through the non-magnetic material, this is the flux which I am more interested in. Why? Because this is leakage flux which is not linking through the core over here. So this flux which is going to pass through this low voltage winding or high voltage winding here or here or here, this is the flux which I am going to call as leakage flux over here. Now this leakage flux will be of two different types, certainly, because if I am talking about this winding over here, this winding I know this is going to be called as the low voltage winding, and this winding we know this is going to be called as the high voltage winding over there. Now over here, what I have shown over here, the same issue some of you was asking me at that time when we were designing the low voltage winding and high voltage winding, that why we keep their length same. So you can see the answer over here. If you are not going to keep their length same, this region over here, which I am going to just mark over here, this region over here, this region over here, and this region over here, this is totally air. Now what this will happen? Can anyone tell me, यहाँ पे leakage flux ज़्यादा होगा या कम होगा? Yes, reluctance over here is large, so practically flux lines will mostly flow through this red color one and less through this over. It will still flow, but since the air gap is still there, it's a large one. So the quantity of flux over here will be a little larger as compared to this one. So you have more non-magnetic material, but Having this one over here, having a mismatch over here has other problems which are called as the axial and non-axial forces when a transformer is going to be subjected to a lot of stress on short circuiting or other. We will talk this one in the next lecture, but just for now, this unequal or inequality in coil lengths is going to be a little more problematic to find out percentage X. Why? Whatever we are doing over here, we are trying to find out the flux which is retaining inside this all over here, or the flux which is retaining over here. So what we are going to calculate, we are going to calculate the percentage X or simple X per unit or X equivalent 1. We are trying to calculate all these three over here or any one of them over here. And what is that X? That X is that flux which is remaining inside this non-magnetic material over here. That is the path over here. Another diagram in which I have a shell type transformer is this one, and here again the fluxes which are going through the core and linking up, no issues with them, they are the normal flux, but the flux which are flowing through this path, through this core over here or the non-magnetic material, that is the problem of leakage flux over there. So what I have to calculate, listen to this very carefully, I have to calculate the total flux linkage of this leakage flux and divide it by the value of current that is producing that flux. I'm again repeating, I have to calculate the total flux linkage of this leakage flux and divide it by the value of current. Why? Because I just told you in the last slide, what was L? That was flux linkage divided by current I. Now, there are two types of fluxes over here. If you see very closely over here, if I show you this one, assuming over here that this is equal, okay? Don't assume that they are unequal, assuming they are equal over there. I'm not going to go towards the unequal length because that's a totally different proof over there. Now, assuming this is the primary winding and this is the secondary winding. So certainly the flux being produced by the primary is going to be different. The flux being produced by the secondary is going to be totally different. So if I assume, since I have used for primary or the LT winding as one subscript and I have used 2 for the high voltage subscript. So if I call this one as phi 1 and phi 2, and they both are leakage fluxes. Please remember, they both are leakage fluxes. And this flux inside this air gap, I am going to call it A, or you can call it phi alpha. Alpha and A, as you know, this is the air duct or oil duct that is over here between the two windings. So what I have to now calculate, listen to this very carefully. You have phi 1, you have phi 2, you have phi A. Now what you have to calculate first of all, this phi 1 is linking with how many number of turns? That will give me the flux linkages of the primary winding leakage flux. I'm again repeating, you have to find out phi 1, which is the flux of the, or leakage flux of the primary winding or the low voltage winding you can call it, and you are going to link up with how many number of turns. Now the problem here arises over here is this, that primary winding is over here some thickness B1 over here. Now as the thickness of the winding is changing, the number of turns are also changing, because this is primary winding. Maybe you have done it in 2 layers, maybe you have not done in 1 layer, maybe 2 layer, 3 layer or whatever. So as you will go on, you will have to take some integral sign over here that will tell you that how this flux is going to change. So over here, listen this very carefully now. If this is the primary winding, red color or pink color over here, my flux value, if it is at this point, let me use this value. So if I'm having somewhat 0 value here and it has to go supposedly up till 10 milliweber. This is the leakage flux. मैं leakage flux की बात कर रहा हूँ. I am not talking about the useful flux at present. So as this will go at the edge, this flux will increase. देखो, this flux near over here will be small. जैसे जैसे windings बढ़ती जाएंगी उसके अंदर, when it will reach this end, the flux will increase. The total flux is phi A, but flux value will increase. When it will go inside the oil duct, यहाँ पे आपको एक assumption लेनी है. That assumption would be that oil duct के अंदर से half of the flux is linking with the primary winding, half is linking with the secondary winding. So over here in this diagram, I have over here phi A flux, phi 1, not phi A. This is phi 1, this is phi 2, and here over here I have phi A. So to find out the primary winding leakage inductance, you have to find out phi 1 linking with the primary windings, one term, and phi A linking with the half of the phi A ka half, not phi A ka half linking with the primary winding turns, क्योंकि half of the flux हम कह रहे हैं half region का flux primary winding के साथ है, half का उसके साथ है. Now, how to depict this one in this one? So before I go on towards the depicted one, there are some assumptions which some of them I have just told you just now. First assumption, leakage flux paths are parallel to the windings along the axial height. Same thing just I told you that over here, the leakage flux paths are like this, going down, like this, over here, coming down. And similarly, they are also flowing through the oil duct over there. So they are parallel. And this height of my winding, we have called this one as LC, that is the axial height of your windings. You can call this one from your transformer design, whatever, the window height or whatever. But window height thodi zyada thi. I am talking about the winding length over there. The rest of them are non-magnetic materials over there. Winding is actually good conductor of flux, so it can have a flux flow through it. So this is the first assumption. The leakage flux paths are parallel to the windings along the axial height. Second thing, very important, MMF required for forcing the leakage flux through the iron parts is negligibly small, therefore omitted. MMF requirement is only for passing the flux through the non-magnetic path. The length is assumed equal to the length of the coil. Now what I mean by this? I mean by this over there, जो flux यहाँ पे flow कर रहा है, it has to complete its path over here. So this path के अंदर आपको कुछ ना कुछ MMF इस iron के लिए भी इस्तेमाल करना होगा. But since it's iron, it's a good conductor of flux. So यहाँ पे we are assuming कि यहाँ पे MMF ज़ाया नहीं हो रहा, क्योंकि उसकी permeability non-magnetic material के मुकाबले में 200,000 times, 3,000 times ज़्यादा है. So the MMF is only required for the winding area, that is actually having a length LC over here. So the MMF required for iron is not required or is negligibly small over there. Third thing, there is an MMF balance between primary and secondary, and I guess this is an ideal transformer, that is I1T1 or I1N1 is equal to this is I2. ये मैंने गलत लिख दिया यहाँ पे, sorry. किसको? वो आएंगे, उसकी कंसिडर करेंगे. बट इट्स नॉट आयरन, उसमें से फ्लो करेगा लेकिन इट्स नॉट आयरन, तो इट्स अ नॉन मैग्नेटिक मटीरियल. मैग्नेटिक तो नहीं कह सकते आप उसको, कंडक्टर है लेकिन मैग्नेटिक मटीरियल नहीं है, ठीक है, इट्स नॉट अ मैग्नेटिक मटीरियल. और वो उसमें से जो फ्लक्स फ्लो कर रहा है वो उसकी रिलक्टेंस ज़्यादा है एज कम्पेयर टू द आयरन, एयर गैप की वजह से, बिल्कुल ऑफ कोर्स, ठीक है. अच्छा, नाउ द नेक्स्ट थिंग कमिंग ऑन, 1/2 of the total duct leakage is linking either winding. The same thing I just told you. ये phi A flux का half एक side पे, phi A का flux उधर से side पे. Lengths of the mean turns of windings are equal. That is LMT1 is equal to LMT2 is equal to LMT. Now what is this thing? If you have seen this transformer, आप लोगों ने LMT कैसे निकाला था? If you remember your design, your LMT was equal to the pi d inner diameter plus pi d outer diameter divided by 2. pi d क्या था इस ट्रांसफॉर्मर पर? एक सेकेंड, लेट मी जस्ट ड्रॉ समथिंग. ये आपका जो ब्लू कलर की वेव फॉर्म है, विच इज एक्चुअली द प्राइमरी वाइंडिंग. यू हैव अ सिलेंडर ऑन दिस वन. ओके, इफ आई कैन समहाउ मेक इट लाइक दिस. इस सिलेंडर का एक इनर रेडियस है, एक आउटर रेडियस है, और उसका एक डायमीटर है. दैट डायमीटर वाज डी आई इनर डायमीटर, देन इज आउटर डायमीटर. सो आई हैव टेकन देयर एवरेज, the circumference average, that is LMT. So this will be, if I am doing it for the primary winding, this is LMT1. If I am doing it for the second, if I'm doing it for the secondary winding, so this will be pi di, you can call it 1 here, 1 plus pi d or सॉरी हाँ वो 2 आएगा
सर मैं
थिकनेस है नहीं एक सेकेंड आई हैव दिस सिलेंडर, ये आउटर सिलेंडर मैंने बना दिया, मैं एक सेकेंड में इफ आई कैन मेक अनदर सिलेंडर ओवर हेयर समहाउ. जी इन दिस सिलेंडर, ये आपको मैंने 3 डायमेंशनल में करने की कोशिश की है. दिस oh come on, this circumference is inner, this is outer, इन दोनों की एवरेज, that will be something in center over here. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे ये बहुत बड़ी अजम्पशन हम ले रहे हैं, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दिस इज अ वेरी वेरी बिग अजम्पशन कि आपके पास प्राइमरी वाइंडिंग और सेकेंडरी वाइंडिंग दोनों के LM1T और LM2T को हम सेम ले रहे हैं, जो कि एट सच गलत है. बट द बुक वन इज टेकिंग, यू कैन टेक दम सेपरेट ऑल्सो, सो आई विल एडवाइस यू टू एक्चुअली कैलकुलेटेड बाय यूजिंग सेपरेटली ओवर देयर. व्हाई? बिकॉज हाँ बोलो
सर इट्स एक और भी इशू है कि अगर हमने जो हेवी बाइंडिंग अंदर कर रहे हैं वो 2 लेयर्स के अंदर की हुई है,
वो एक अलग कहानी,
उसके हासिल तो जो ये
लेकिन उसके बीच में ऑयल डक्ट तो नहीं दे रहे ना हम अभी.
ऑर्डर नहीं दे रहे, तो फिर हम अगर देखा जाए तो कैलकुलेशन जाएंगी वो, तो फिर सेंटर में एक लेयर की आ जाएंगी, एक लेयर तो पूरी निगलेक्ट करेंगे.
बिल्कुल ऐसा ही है, बिल्कुल ऐसा ही है. सो ये अगेन इट्स एन अप्रॉक्सीमेटेड फार्मूला, इसलिए दैट अगेन ठीक है. So the assumption is this, as I just told you, that length of mean turns of the windings are equal, that is LMT1 is equal to LMT, so they are using a common one, LMT. Last assumption, MMFs are uniformly distributed throughout the winding section. That's all. Okay, so this is the transformer, a core-type transformer, equal lengths. I'm not taking unequal lengths. And here I have the transformer, and now your transformer is something like this. Now see this very closely, what I am talking about here. I have shown this white color lines as the flux flowing, that is the leakage flux, as the flux which is flowing in phi 1. Here it is phi 2. The air gap or the oil duct is phi A. Okay? And what is B1? B1 is the thickness of primary winding. B2 is the thickness of the secondary winding over here, and this oil duct is A or alpha, whatever you want to use it. Here he is using A. Now, if you see very closely this graph over here, this is the ampere turns. This is the secondary winding, this is the primary winding. So starting from the secondary winding, when I am going towards the completion of secondary winding, the ampere turns are increasing. High voltage winding है, तो जितने जितने आप करीब जाते जा रहे हो आपकी एम्पेयर टर्न्स बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. एम्पेयर तो उतना ही है लेकिन टर्न्स बढ़ रहे हैं. ठीक है, सो इंडक्टेड 5 बढ़ रहा है, एम्पेयर टर्न्स बढ़ रहे हैं. एयर गैप के अंदर या ऑयल डक्ट के अंदर इट्स कांस्टेंट, क्योंकि कोई चीज़ नहीं आई, नथिंग इज देयर. देन आफ्टरवर्ड्स दी प्राइमरी वाइंडिंग दैट इज एक्चुअली गोइंग टू टेक ऑफ. व्हाई? कैंसल आउट करेगा प्राइमरी एम्पेयर टर्न्स, सेकेंडरी एम्पेयर टर्न्स कैंसल आउट करेगा, सो दिस इज गोइंग डाउन. This curve over here is actually now the basis of our flux linkages. अब आपने करना क्या है? See this very carefully. आपके पास है प्राइमरी वाइंडिंग, आप इस प्राइमरी वाइंडिंग के अंदर एक अदद स्मॉलेस्ट एक गैप लोगे, एंड दैट गैप लेंथ विल बी इक्वल टू dx, small differential element dx. That dx will be at a distance of x from the end of the winding. That is going to be over here with a distance of dx at a distance of x. You are going to calculate its reluctance. You are going to calculate the amount of flux inside it, and then integrate it for 0 to B1. I'm again repeating. Listen this carefully. I have a small differential length over here which is going to be having a thickness dx. ठीक है, इससे क्या होगा? आई एम एक्चुअली क्रिएटिंग अ सिलेंडर ऑफ थिकनेस dx. वो अंदर से हालो है लेकिन उसकी थिकनेस dx है, और वो कितने डिस्टेंस पर है? इट इज एट अ डिस्टेंस x फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट ऑफ द वाइंडिंग. सो व्हाट आई एम एक्चुअली लुकिंग एट, इफ आई कैन ड्रॉ दिस वन, लेट मी जस्ट ड्रॉ दिस वन. I have something, no, come on, this is not the way. I have So I have something like this, and I have like this. Hopefully this is still workable. Okay, come on, ये नहीं हुआ सही, चलो है anyway. So चलो खैर इतनी अब बर्दाश्त करो थोड़ा सा. And this is so I hope you are getting my point what I am taking. This thickness over here, इतना वो हो गया, this is dx. Got it? This dx, or the start of the winding is supposedly starting from here. So this is at a distance x from the winding. So I hope you've got this idea. Now, why I am doing this? I am doing this because, and these are the same definitions over here. LC is the axial length, B1 is the radial width, B2 is the radial width of secondary winding, A or alpha are the radial width of the duct over there. Now, coming on to the proof, starting over here. What is the first step here? I have considered again an elementary strip of width dx at a distance x from the edge of the primary winding. Primary winding means low voltage winding here in this case. MMF acting across the strip. ये बहुत important चीज़ है. MMF acting across the strip is equal to I1 T1 multiplied by X by B1. What is B1? B1 है thickness of your primary winding. और मैंने यहाँ पे एक सिलेंडर रखा है at a distance of X. This distance is dx inside over there. In fact, ये मैं बना ही दूँ इसके ऊपर. मैं इसको ख़राब नहीं करना चाह रहा था. But anyway, let me just draw this one on this one. I have, let me use another color. Right. So this is my, and this is my cylinder, and this cylinder is having, this is my cylinder over here, and this cylinder is having a thickness of dx and at a distance of x from the start of the winding. Now tell me, what is the MMF acting on it? Primary winding है, total MMF I1 T1.
और सर उसको डिवाइड करने के लिए हमने वो रेशियो ले लिया जैसे.
Now at a distance x, जितनी ये सारी वाइंडिंग है इसके बीच में, ये सारी आ रही होंगी, उस सिलेंडर के ऊपर उतनी MMF एक्ट हो रहा होगा जितना उससे पीछे डिस्टेंस पे है. सो इफ द होल ऑफ दिस वन वाज I1 T1 और N1, बुक ने T1 यूज किया, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम यूजिंग T1 ओवर हियर. सो मल्टीप्लाइड इट बाय x बाय B1. व्हाट इज x? कितना डिस्टेंस आप, अगर आप B1 डिस्टेंस आ गए तो B1 बाय B1 कैंसिल, द होल MMF इज I1 T1. So x distance के ऊपर, that is x by V1. So this is the same thing written over there, I1 T1 multiplied by x by V1. B1 is the width, this one. Total width है primary one.
फिर हम जीरो से भी तो कर सकते हैं. जीरो से B1 अगर इंटीग्रेट करें.
वही करेंगे आगे, अभी कर रहे हैं, ठहर जाओ, अभी आ रहे हैं उस पर. ये भी हमने सिर्फ MMF निकाला है, एक हाइपोथेटिकल एक सिलेंडर हमने बनाया है ऑफ थिकनेस dx. उस सिलेंडर के ऊपर जो MMF आ रहा है, दैट इज I1 T1 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय x बाय B1. ठीक है. नाउ ये MMF निकाल दिया. अब हमने उसकी कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग रिलक्टेंस निकालनी है उस सिलेंडर की. उस सिलेंडर की कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग रिलक्टेंस. रिलक्टेंस कैसे निकलती है जी? फॉर ऑल दोज हु आर अ लिटिल बैगिंग, और जी रिलक्टेंस निकालने के लिए क्या करते हैं जी? एनीवन? भाई LC ओवर म्यू नॉट एरिया ऑफ द कोर, और वट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू कॉल इट. अब यहाँ पे व्हाट इज LC? मीन लेंथ कितनी है भाई? मीन लेंथ इज द लेंथ ऑफ द वाइंडिंग. क्योंकि हमने दूसरे पोर्शन जो आयरन के अंदर है उसको तो लेना ही नहीं है, क्योंकि वो तो हमने इग्नोर कर दिया है, उसकी रिलक्टेंस है ही नहीं, वी आर अज्यूमिंग इट। नीचे म्यू नॉट है, म्यू नॉट इज देयर। द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज एल एम टी। एल एम टी क्या है? दी सर्कमफ्रेंशियल लेंथ मीन वैल्यू मल्टीप्लाइंग इट बाय डी एक्स, क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया। ये अब हमने निकाला है इस सिलेंडर का एरिया, यानी कि दिस इज द, इसके सेंटर के अंदर आई हैव अ एल एम टी, ठीक है, मल्टीप्लाइडेड बाय डी एक्स, दैट इज द एरिया जिसके ऊपर वो एम एम एफ एक्ट करेगा। अंडरस्टूड? ओके, नाउ
एक बात है,
हाँ हाँ,
हम तो ये अभी तो आयरन की इसकी वो बाइंडिंग के अंदर कर रहे हैं, तो बाइंडिंग एयर तो नहीं हुई, तो फिर आप खाली म्यू नॉट क्यों ले रहे हैं?
बिकॉज अगर आप कॉपर का या किसी उसमें लगाओ, उसमें पेपर भी आ रहा है, उसमें सारी चीज़ें आ रही हैं,
उसके साथ म्यू
तो उसका म्यू आर बहुत रेयरली कोई 1 पॉइंट समथिंग वैल्यू है। अगर आप पेपर के साथ भी कंपेयर करो तो वो इतना नहीं है, इतना फर्क नहीं है, दैट्स वाई। ओके जी, सो यू गॉट दिस वन, एल सी डिवाइड बाय म्यू नॉट एल एम टी इंटू डी एक्स। दिस एल एम टी इंटू डी एक्स इज द एरिया विच इज ओवर हेयर। सिलेंडर का एरिया इस पोर्शन का, इफ आई कैन शो दिस वन, लेट मी यूज अ स्मॉलर वन, दिस रीजन, and certainly this region in the center, and certainly this dx thickness है और lmt। आप किसी सिलेंडर का एरिया कैसे निकालते हो? लेट मी जस्ट ड्रॉ अनदर सिलेंडर। ये आपका एक सिलेंडर बन गया, और ये आप क्या करते हो? 2 पाई आर सर्कमफ्रेंस मल्टीप्लाइड बाय लेंथ, ऐसे निकालते हो। ये सरफेस एरिया निकला। आई एम हेयर ट्राइंग टू फाइंड आउट द क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया, ये चीज़। हाँ जी, सिर्फ नहीं 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 दैट्स नहीं नहीं, वो मैंने सॉरी, हाँ वो मैंने उसको गलत कर दिया वहाँ से, वो मैंने उसको कर दिया, सिर्फ वो शो कर रहा था, मैं सिलेंडर शो कर रहा हूँ एक्चुअली, दैट्स हाँ, डी एक्स को मल्टीप्लाई कर, डी एक्स नॉट दिस वन, सॉरी अबाउट दिस लेंथ, ये मैंने एक्चुअली सिलेंडर शो करने के लिए उसको हाईलाइट किया। ठीक है जी, गॉट दिस। नेक्स्ट थिंग, लीकेज फ्लक्स इन द स्ट्रिप, हमने उसको D51 कह दिया क्योंकि 51 टोटल है, उसके अंदर सिर्फ D51 है। दिस विल बी इक्वल टू I1 T1, यही चीज MMF मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 1/R। वाई जी, किसके इक्वल होता है? फ्लक्स इज इक्वल टू MMF डिवाइडेड बाय रिलक्टेंस। सेम थिंग हैपेंड ओवर हेयर, ये इन्वर्स करके यहाँ पे रिलक्टेंस लिख दी, I1 T1 x by b इंटू म्यू नॉट LMT dx by LC। दिस फ्लक्स, मुझे खराब नहीं करना, आई हैव टेकन अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम टू एक्चुअली राइट दिस वन। फ्लक्स इज लिंकिंग विद, नाउ ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है, आई हैव दिस टर्म एज द लीकेज फ्लक्स। फ्लक्स आ गया मेरे पास उस सिलेंडर का, this flux is linking with how many number of turns? That is going to be T1 multiplied by x by B1, क्योंकि जैसे जैसे मैं इससे इधर जा रहा हूं मेरे नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स बढ़ रहे हैं। अब ये अगेन एक अजम्पशन है यहाँ पे कि आपकी वाइंडिंग कुछ लेयर्स में है, सो व्हेन यू आर इंक्रीजिंग इट इन द रेडियल साइड योर नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स आर इंक्रीजिंग, लेकिन एक्चुअल में प्रैक्टिकल में हो सकता है ऐसा ना भी हो। रीज़न कि आपकी जो वाइंडिंग की थिकनेस है वो आपने जो कंडक्टर प्लेस किए हैं, एक कंडक्टर ऐसे रखा, एक कंडक्टर ऐसे, 3 और आपने 4 कर दिए, और वो 4 के बाद आपके नीचे की तरफ जा रही है। ये बंडल कंडक्टर्स का एक सेट है और वो आपने पास यूँ रिपीट करते 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 नीचे जा रहे हैं, लेकिन एज यू आर गोइंग फार्दर एम्पियर टर्न्स आर चेंजिंग एक्चुअली। सो द पॉइंट ओवर हेयर इज दिस, दैट दिस फ्लक्स विच यू हैव कैलकुलेटेड इज लिंकिंग विथ T1 x by B1। अब उस डिफरेंशियल सिलेंडर के साथ फ्लक्स लिंकेजेस हम निकाल रहे हैं, D∅1 इक्वल टू D∅1 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय टर्न्स इनटू x over B1। So now just put in, multiply this one with this value, you get D∅1 equal to mu naught LMT divided by LC I1 T1 square x over B1 square dx। ये उस डिफरेंशियल सिलेंडर के फ्लक्स लिंकेजेस आ गए। अब हम उस सिलेंडर को फ्रॉम द एज ऑफ द वाइंडिंग टिल द एंड ऑफ द वाइंडिंग इंटीग्रल लेंगे 0 to B1, एंड दैट इज डन ओवर हेयर। सेम थिंग, टोटल फ्लक्स। ये फ्लक्स लिंकेजेस प्राइमरी वाइंडिंग के निकलेंगे, जो लीकेज फ्लक्स प्राइमरी वाइंडिंग के अंदर से गुजर रहा है उसके. So you just do this one. Here I have only x square by b1 square. So if I integrate it, this becomes equal to b1 square will be down. This will be x cube by 3. So this 3 b1 cube हो जाएगा. So 3 and 2 cancelled. So what I have now, I have only mu naught into LMT into I1 T1 square into b1 by 3 and LC. So flux linkages of the primary winding are only limited to म्यू नॉट. अब ये म्यू आर भी हो सकता है, एज हमजा सेट के जी इट इज़ हैविंग अ डिफरेंट म्यू आर, देन यू कैन यूज़ दैट वन ऑल्सो. LMT यहाँ पे आप चेंज कर सकते हो. इफ़ यू थिंक कि आप कह रहे हो कि जी B1 वाइंडिंग की LMT 1 है, आप वो यूज़ करें, नो प्रॉब्लम इन इशू. अगेन एजम्पशन है, यू कैन गो ऑन विद दैट वन ऑल्सो. LC इज़ द लेंथ ऑफ द वाइंडिंग. अब अगर आपकी LC लेंथ प्राइमरी की कम है, सेकेंडरी की ज़्यादा है, विच इज़ ऑल्सो नॉट ऑर्थोडॉक्स, LV ज़्यादा ही होगी हमेशा, HT कम होगी, तो उसमें आप उसको चेंज कर सकते हैं. सो यू कैन चेंज दिस वेरिएबल्स एंड टेक आउट ऑल दोज अजम्पशन पैरामीटर्स. एंड I1 T1 स्क्वायर ओवर हेयर B1 by 3. B1 क्या है? रेडियल थिकनेस है. तो व्हाट दिस इज टेलिंग यू कि psi1 इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू द थिकनेस ऑफ द वाइंडिंग. थिकनेस जितनी ज़्यादा बड़ी होगी उतनी आपकी फ्लक्स लिंकेजेस ज़्यादा हैं लीकेज फ्लक्स के लिए. जितना आप कोर से दूर जाए जा रहे हैं आपके फ्लक्स लिंकेजेस बढ़ रहे हैं. नाउ दिस इज psi1. अब हमने निकालना है psi a. That is the flux linkage for the oil duct or the air duct over there. For this one, leakage flux phi a of the duct. For this purpose, MMF कितना एक्ट कर रहा है जी उसके ऊपर? I1 T1, क्योंकि हम प्राइमरी से तो निकल गए, प्राइमरी पूरी की पूरी अब आ रही है उसके अंदर. So I1 T1 is the MMF acting on that duct over there. Corresponding reluctance, very simply, this will be equal to LC divided by mu naught L naught A. LC क्या है? Length of that duct. Mu naught again air है, यहाँ तो कोई ज़्यादा चेंज नहीं आएगा. L naught क्या है जी? L naught over here जी, कोई मुझे बताएगा what is L naught? Same, just like you decided on this LMT, that was this diameter or circumferential length. ये उसी एयर गैप का, ऑयल डक्ट का circumferential mean length है. That is at this point of the air gap. यहाँ पे आप एक सिलेंडर आप assume कर रहे हो on this point. So in this cylinder, in the air gap, this is this circumferential length, that is L naught. Now again, ये L naught LMT से डिफरेंट है, बट अगेन द बुक वन, आई डोंट नो, दिस इज आर के अग्रवाल, ही हैज़ डन दिस प्रॉब्लम ओवर देयर कि L नॉट को भी उसने LMT ही ले लिया, जो कि खैर इन वेरी क्रूड ऑब्जर्वेशन ऑल्सो इट्स वेरी रॉन्ग. वाई? बिकॉज हमारे ट्रांसफार्मर्स आर वेरी थिक. आपने अपने हाँ बोलो एग्जैक्टली, बीच का गैप इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. सो व्हाट इज L नॉट? दिस इज द मीन सर्कमफ्रेंशियल लेंथ कॉरिस्पॉन्डिंग टू दी डक्ट. अब डक्ट जैसा अभी यहाँ पे बात की थी सुबह कि हमने 10 mm से बढ़ा के 12 mm 13 mm तक करना है. सो इसका मतलब है कि 13 mm इज अ लार्ज डिस्टेंस गैप ओवर देयर. उसके बीच में आप उसकी मीन लेंथ निकाल रहे हो. अगर हम वो भी ना लें तो हम उसको ही ले लें सिर्फ L नॉट, तो दैट विल बी सिंपल ओके. सो ओवर हेयर नाउ द लीकेज फ्लक्स इन द डक्ट ओवर हेयर विल बी इक्वल टू I1 T1 MMF डिवाइडेड बाय रिलक्टेंस. ठीक है, ये मैंने सिर्फ डिवाइड का साइन से जानबूझ के लिखा है ताकि आपको आइडिया हो सके. ये रिलक्टेंस है. MMF कितनी एक्ट कर रही है? I1 T1 डिवाइडेड बाय रिलक्टेंस. सो दिस बिकम्स इक्वल टू phi a इक्वल टू I1 T1 मल्टीप्लाइड जस्ट इनवर्स ऑफ दिस वन ओवर हेयर. नाउ हाफ ऑफ दिस फ्लक्स इज लिंकिंग विद low voltage winding or the primary winding, and half is linking with the secondary. So this means half of it, this duct flux linking with each winding, and assumption again which is very crude, I don't agree with them personally, कि L naught is equal to LMT for simplification. This is wrong, but still he is using that one, and your Indrajit Das Gupta book is also using this one on the assumption, so I am going with this one. But if you want to really calculate your percentage X, I will advise you on your designs, whatever you are submitting, try to find out your X separately, that will be better. So over here what this happens, this half for half of it multiplied by mu naught L naught A divided by LC I1 T1 square. This equation, if you compare this one with the last equation, what is the change over there? Here it was B1 by 3, here this one is A सॉरी दिस इज ए ओवर है, डिवाइड बाई 2 नहीं है, ठीक है, ओवर है उधर है, because it's half of the linking over there, and the only thing change that should be there is L0 and LMT. वो उसको सबको सेम ले रहा है, which is technically wrong as I told you. हाँ
हमने तो इसको ट्रैवर्स किया ना एलई की साइड से आते हैं, लो वोल्टेज,
हाँ लो वोल्टेज की साइड से,
और सर जब हम जैसे ही अगर ऊपर वो ग्राफ जो एक आपने बनाया हुआ है जो
ये वाला,
सर इसका मतलब यही है कि लेफ्ट से आते हुए हमारा फ्लक्स इंक्रीज हो रहा है,
फिर कांस्टेंट है और फिर कम हो रहा है,
तो सर अगर हम इसको एचवी वाली साइड से
कर लें, नहीं वो वहाँ पे क्या नहीं, उसमें आप करोगे तो वो अलग होगा, उल्टी साइड से आएंगे आप, उसमें वहाँ नहीं होगा, उसमें वो शामिल नहीं होगा, वो फिर अलग होगा. सो नाउ आई हैव फाई नॉट एंड आई हैव फाई 1. सो हाँ जी बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, ऑफ कोर्स. सो फाई 1 एंड फाई नॉट आ गए. व्हाट आर दीज आर द फ्लक्स लिंकेजेस विच आर लिंकिंग विद द प्राइमरी वाइंडिंग. प्राइमरी वाइंडिंग में से कितना करंट फ्लो कर रहा है, I1. सो अब मुझे लीकेज इंडक्टेंस निकालने के लिए सिंपल फाई 1 प्लस फाई नॉट डिवाइडेड बाय करंट I1 करना है. सो दैट इज डन ओवर हेयर. टोटल फ्लक्स प्राइमरी लिंकेजेस फाई 1 प्लस फाई नॉट. I have mu naught LMT divided by LC I1T square B1 by 3 plus A by 2. So what I have now, this is the total primary leakage, flux linkages sorry over here. L1 या LP निकालने के लिए which is the leakage flux, total primary linkages divided by I1. I1 काटा, this I1 and this I1 cancelled. So what I have now, L1 is equal to just mu naught 2 LMT divided by LC into T1 square B1 by 3 plus A by 2. And since this is inductance, if I want to now find out the reactance, I will just multiply it by 2 pi f. वो आगे हम कर रहे हैं. Now similarly, I'm not doing that proof over there. Secondary leakage inductance will be approximately same thing. The only thing change would be, here it was T1 square, here it will be T2 square, B2 by 3 plus A by 2, because half of the oil duct is linking with the secondary. So you have two equations over here, this one and this one, and they both are exactly same. But again, the crude assumption of L naught equal to LMT1 equal to LMT2. अगर वो ना हो, then certainly it's going to be different. हाँ, वो उसी में आ जाएंगे, उसमें वो अलग अलग होंगे, फिर वो अलग अलग टर्म्स होंगे. Now the interesting part. This L1 and L2, which will be converted into X1 and X2, they are on their respective sides. Transformer equivalent circuit याद करें. You had L1 and L2 on their respective equivalent circuit side. अब अगर आपने उसकी वैल्यू को उठा के इधर लेके आना है, you have to multiply it by transformation ratio. So the first thing first, you are converting L1 and L2 into X1 and X2. Simple 2 pi f multiply कर दिया. And then total leakage reactance referred to the primary side, you are bringing the L2 now or X2 into the other side. So X equivalent will be equal to X1 plus, this will be taken as late anyway. So this is X1 plus T1 by T2 whole square multiplied by X2. T1 by T2 whole square multiplied by X2. So this will be equal to, what will happen, T1 by T2 whole square, ये T2 square cancel होंगे, and now you will be only having T1, so this will be 2 pi f into mu naught LMT by LC T1 square, and this will become B1 by 3 plus B2 by 3 plus A. This was A by 2, both are now A. So now this is your formula for your total equivalent X of your transformer, a co-type transformer over here having this one. But again, based on that crude assumption that this LMT is actually the mean length of the primary winding, circumferential length, mean length of the circumferential length of the secondary winding, their average, that is LMT. But he has also taken, ये हम ले सकते, ये भी खैर एक बहुत crude assumption है. I won't agree with this one, but just to simplify the formula, ठीक है, just for simplification, this is still okay. अच्छा, I will advise on you one thing. Do the proof of this one without any assumptions, which means आप x1 का फार्मूला अलग निकालें, x2 का फार्मूला अलग निकालें, अपनी अपनी वैल्यूज़ निकाल के उसके अंदर पुट करें, और दिखाएं उस वक्त कि अब एक्स इक्विवेलेंट क्या बन रहा है एंड हाउ मच इट वेरीज फ्रॉम द अप्रॉक्सीमेट फार्मूला ओवर हियर।
सर फिर उसके लिए जो हम फाई ए है उसको फिर एलबी के थ्रू ट्रैवर्स
नहीं नहीं, फाई ये हाफ हाफ है।
नहीं उसके जो फाई ए की जो इक्वेशन ऊपर आती है जो ये वाली फिगर देखें,
हाँ
सर उसके अंदर I1 D1 आ रहा है,
हाँ
तो हम उसको क्योंकि एलबी साइड से ट्रैवर्स करें उसका फार्मूला
हाँ, तो ये एक सेकंड फाई नॉट जो ये निकला था ये हाफ है लो वोल्टेज के लिए। सेम इसी तरह से जब आप सेकेंडरी साइड का निकालोगे तो उसके अंदर भी फाई 2 प्लस फाई नॉट होगा।
बिल्कुल होगा। सर मेरा कहने का ये मकसद है कि जो हमारे पास ये फाई ए आ रहा है,
हाँ, इससे आपने एल नॉट अलग निकालना है।
इसके अंदर हम जो टर्मिनोलॉजीज यूज कर रहे हैं वो हम यूज कर रहे हैं एलबी वाइंडिंग की I1 T1। अगर हम इसको सेकंड साइड से ट्रैवर्स करें
तो I1 T2 होगा,
तो हम
वो अलग होगा। यानी कि कहने का मकसद ये है कि आपने फाई 1 फाई नॉट प्राइमरी के लिए अलग निकालोगे,
फिर हम उसके लिए
सेकेंडरी के लिए अलग निकालोगे, और वो ऑफ कोर्स सेम होंगे, दोनों सेम होने चाहिए बेस्ड ऑन ऑफ द सेम रीजंस ओवर देयर।
असाइनमेंट के लिए 2 निकालें एक ही।
कोशिश करो कि 2 निकालो, कोशिश करो इसमें, ठीक है। So do this one add in your this assignment which I have asked you to complete it by changing the oil duct or air gap over there, and try to use this approximate formula. This is the same formula used in your Indrajit Das Gupta or this book. This is the same approximate formula over there. So this is your x equivalent over here. Now you want to convert this into your per unit. क्या करते हैं जी, x equivalent divided by the x per unit value. So this is V1 divided by I1, base value निकाल रहे हैं हम, ठीक है, बिकॉज वी आर ऑन दी प्राइमरी साइड। सो प्राइमरी साइड की वोल्टेज और करंट इस I1 को अगर हम नीचे ले आए तो ये V1 डिवाइड बाई I1 हो जाएगा। सो दिस वन इज दी Z ओवर देयर। सो दिस इज x इक्विवेलेंट 1 डिवाइडेड बाय V1 ओवर हियर। सो जस्ट पुट इन दिस फार्मूला, दिस I1 and T1 कैन बी कॉल्ड एज एम्पेयर टर्न्स and this T1 can be taken below. So this one will be equal to V1 divided by T1 is ET, that is voltage per turn. So the formula for x per unit becomes equal to this formula, और ये वही फार्मूला है जो आपने इंद्रजीत दास गुप्ता में यूज़ किया था for x measurement over there, and you can convert it into its percentage scale, and then you can have it for percentage Z that you are calculating over there. So this is the leakage flux formula for your core type transformer with equal lengths and with a lot of assumptions that are being taken over here. मैं यही तो कह रहा हूँ, in your assignments, since your windings are almost equal length, they are not that much change. The only thing change which I am talking about is L naught. The assumption which I am taking or asking you is L naught not equal to LMT1, not equal to LMT2. Don't use this assumption, ठीक है, इसको follow करो and find out your total x which is over here. Your assignment number, this is going to be now 4A as told by you. This is now going to be 4A. Do this proof over here for this type of winding. What is this type of winding? The low voltage winding is still B1, ठीक है, that is with the core type transformer. There is an oil duct A and then there is an oil duct A dash. Why this is done? So that the high voltage winding is cooled down. उसको cool down करने के लिए, so that ये 2 layers में है, and in between these 2 layers you have another gap over here that is A dash. So what will happen now? The ampere turns curve will be something like this. You can see very carefully when this is the half of the winding, this is going up, AT by half, remaining constant because this is an oil duct, then again going up and then again going up and then coming down.
कि जो सेंटर वाला जो फाई ए आ रहा है इसको तो हमें
फाई ए, हाँ ठीक है,
इसको तो उसी तरह ट्रीट करने के लिए हाफ हाफ दोनों साइड पे लग रहा है।
हाँ।
फिर से जो इधर जो लेफ्ट वाला जो 2 ग्रीन वाइंडिंग है इसके बीच में जो फ्लक्स आ रहा है
उसमें
उसको भी फिर सेल्फ के ऊपर,
हाँ सेल्फ पे करके, बिल्कुल। If you see the difference over here, the difference is nothing. There is written B2 by dash, B2 by double dash, B1 divided by 3. चीज़ वही है, and A dash is by 4 because you are having half of it. ठीक है, so this is by 4 over there. So you have to, this is 4A. There are 3 parts of your assignment. Don't worry. So this is your 4B. This time it's a little different. You can see over here what you are doing. You have a low voltage winding, then a high voltage winding, then a low voltage winding. That's sandwich अलग, तुम्हारा सैंडविच ऐसा होता है, यूँ खड़ा करके खाते हो, सैंडविच ऐसे होता है, you have a bun over there, then you have some अंडे वाला बर्गर खा रहे हो तो वो अंडे वाला हो जाएगा तुम्हारा फिर, ठीक है। अगर तुम कहीं मैकडोनल्ड से खा रहे हो वो एक अलग कहानी है, So you have burger and then you will sandwich is that thing. ये खड़ा हुआ है. This is like something over there. ठीक है? This is again concentric coils, but over here, the point over here, what I am telling you, if you see very closely over there, this one is one group and it's exactly like the first proof we have done. So take this one as one group, this one as second group. So you will have X group 1, X group 2, and when you will add them together, you will have this 2 and 2 lost. And why 2 and 2 will be lost over there? Because number of turns are half. क्योंकि half turns आई हैं. So this will be T1 by 2 square, this will be T1 by 2 square. So when you will have this T1 square by 4, T1 square by 4, so that will be gone. So now you can see what has happened. ये यहाँ पे 3 था पहले, ये 6 हो गया है, यहाँ 2 था, that is also lost. क्या हुआ है? Percentage reactance or X has decreased. और ये क्यों हुई है? Because the windings as per Arham is sandwiched between two cases over here. So you are getting better flux linkages over here. So your X equivalent is now equal to X group 1 plus X group 2. Okay? So this is your 4B. Then you have a 4C also. ये है सही सैंडविच. ये अरहम को खिला देना किसी दिन ताकि इसको पता चल जाए what is the sandwich winding. Now over here in this sandwich winding you have a low voltage winding and a high voltage winding sandwich over here. Now over here this is low voltage, low voltage, this is certainly high voltage, low voltage, high voltage, low voltage, high voltage and low voltage. For obvious reasons low voltage will be close to the core so that it does not have any arcing from over there. Now to do analysis on this one it's very difficult. Why? Because the air gap over here is here. Now, what happens over here, instead of seeing this whole scenario over here in this direction, we are going to see this as one unit. And if you see this one unit, this is B1 by 2, this is B2 by 2, and this is there. So if you are seeing this one, this is exactly just the rotation image of the first assignment we have done, first proof that we have done today. So, this time your x1 would be just having t1 square by n. This is actually LC. This is LC and this is LC. So you are going to. ठीक है, इसके बारे में थोड़ी सी hints आपके in your article 7.2, 7.5 they have given it over here. So these are the 3 assignments. Same analogy, nothing changed. इसमें आपको सिर्फ करना ये है in this one. If you see very closely over there, this is 1 unit. Okay? So how many units like these are there? You have to find out. And all of them are in series over here or parallel. So you are just going to take all of those units. Now one thing very important, यहाँ पे आपके number of turns T1 divided by N होंगे. ठीक है? कि जितने units हैं आपके उतने होंगे. So you have to go by that formula that how those number of turns are going to be inside your.
एक काम ये नहीं होगा कि जिस तरह जो पिंक वाले हैं अगर हमारे पास फॉर एग्जांपल 1 2 3 4 है तो
वो ज़्यादा होंगे. हाँ वो
डिवाइड बाय 4 और फिर उस 4 का फर्दर हम हाफ नहीं ले रहे.
हाँ उसका हाफ लेंगे. ये बेसिकली आपके पास 1 यूनिट, एक ये 1 यूनिट है, एक ये 1 यूनिट है, एक 1 ये यूनिट है, एक 1 ये यूनिट है. नाउ हियर इन दिस केस योर 1 यूनिट इज नॉट फुलफिल्ड. दिस वन प्लस दिस वन, ये आपको एक बड़ा यूनिट एक लेना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. So this one is the last part is actually this 4C is a little difficult. So please kindly explain it. And one thing very important, I was actually going to record this lecture, but I have done this live over here so you can understand what I wanted to. And this is a very difficult proof, not easy to understand. So please kindly, whenever you are doing these proofs, don't just give the mathematical explanations. Please draw assistance diagrams or text written over there so that the writer or the reader actually can see it what you have done. Okay. This is from your R.K. Agarwal book. The article is I guess 7.2, 7.2 and this is very very important over here. Okay. Leakage reactance of your windings over here. Alpha, I have asked you, I have not fixed it, I have asked you that you can move on to your alpha has to be moved or changed on to. For it, you have kept it at 10 mm I have asked you to move it from 12 to 13 mm or something, 12.5 or something, wherever it fixes. I'm not asking कि वो जहाँ भी फिक्स हो जाए, जहाँ पे आपकी Z की वैल्यू इतनी आ जाए, क्योंकि R आपकी विद इन रेंज है, X आपको
रिवर्स जाना चाह रहे हैं 4।
आप अभी भी अल्फा चेंज करेंगे, आपका D1 आउटर डायामीटर ऑफ योर हाई वोल्टेज वाइंडिंग चेंज हो।
मतलब ये करना है कि जब तक वो नहीं होगा।
जी आपने ये करते जाना है। मुझे याद दिलाना, मैं कल वो रजिस्टर अपना लेके आऊँगा।